welcome to the finals. This is a moment we've all been waiting for, and we are at the finals of the 2019 MAQ T10 USA Championships, and it promises to be a really exciting event with the US All-Stars pre-tournament favorites. They're coming up against the legends of Tampa, and both captains are here with me at the toss. But before I get to them, let me just introduce you to some of the officials we have here this morning. Of course, right next to me is the chairman himself, Mohammed Qureshi. It was his idea, his brainchild, this tournament. With him is his granddaughter, who is a mascot for this year's tournament. That's Soha. And next is Moise Balki, who carries a lot of height. He would have loved to have bowled on this track. And a very dear friend of the Qureshi family and a business associate of MAQ is Rob Masrur. He is there as well. And of course, MAQ's brother, Ijaz Qureshi, he is here as well. He was also a former fast bowler. Right next to me is Zishan Qureshi. We also have Nagesh and Shah Zafar, who is a tournament director. We also have our two officials who have been doing a wonderful job so far. So this is the moment that we are here for, and now I think the chairman would pass the coin across to Zishan Qureshi, who will do the toss. Tails is the call. Comes up tails. So Nagesh, you have won the toss. What are you going to do?
We'll be bowling first because in the entire tournament we have only bowled first. Our bowling strength and the type of variations we have, it suits the style which we want to play. We know US All-Star is a very competitive and a very aggressive team. They're one of the favorites, and it's our pleasure, thanks to MAQ Qureshi and CCUSA, that we get this opportunity to play against team like US All-Stars with players like Rizwan Chima and other international players. So, and I would like to add one more thing. Just now I just observed that CCUSA provided energy drinks to us. Nobody does that in the USA. So I would like to congratulate and thank for organizing such a beautiful tournament for cricketers like us. Thank you.
Good luck in today's finals, and of course you're coming up against legends, although you are the legends from Tampa. And I was glancing across to Sean Qureshi when you made the decision to bowl first. He seemed very pleased because he has been batting first in this entire tournament. Sean, you happy about that decision?
Yeah, obviously for him, his strategy, they've been bowling first, so they'll continue bowling first. And for us, we'd like to bat first. We've been batting throughout the tournament. So we're going to, go head-to-head with our strengths, and hopefully the best wins.
I know the Giant has been taking a rest in the air condition upstairs. Rizwan Chima, tell us your thoughts on him.
He likes to hit. I call him Canada's Afridi. He likes to hit, and that's what he's been doing. He said yesterday in his interview he wanted a T10 century because it's the only format he doesn't have a century in. He got it this morning, so hopefully he keeps that momentum going and gives us a good start.
Well, Nagesh said that your team is an aggressive team. So you have the Canadian Afridi, and opening will we see now the Boca Afridi opening with him?
I'm not an Afridi yet, but yeah, I'll definitely come out and try to hit a few. It's all about entertainment. It's T10, and I'm just going to go swinging the bat, so we'll see what happens.
And on a lighter note, are you happy that your father presented the legends with energy drinks before the finals?
Yeah, it'll make for a better match.
Well, that's it. Everyone is happy down here. This is what you get at the CCUSA family. So the news down here is that the legends and Nagesh, they have won the toss. They have decided to bowl first.
Once again, a very warm welcome from Broward County Stadium here in Fort Lauderdale. And we are here for the big game, the big final, USA National Championship, MAQ T10 2019. The lineup for the final is the US All-Stars and the Tampa Legends. US All-Stars are batting first. And the man of the tournament, the man of the moment, Rizwan Chima, is already in. So, big contest ahead as the music is pumping. Beautiful settings here. Slight cloudy at the moment, but the wind is there. Absolute perfect conditions for an exciting game of cricket. as we're all in readiness. Welcome along in the comm box for the first time today, Samantha. Good afternoon, Samantha.
Good afternoon. It's actually my second time today.
Oh, I must have missed that one. But the big game is here. The moment has arrived, finally. And we're in for the big final in US All-Stars versus the Tampa Legends.
Yes, well, I see that we have Chima and Zishan Qureshi first up to bat. And Chima starts it off with a 4!
That's a boundary. Nothing different from whatever Chima has been doing all tournament. This time Tampa started with a spin attack to tame Chima, but he got off to a flyer once again. A boundary of the very first delivery.
Yes, well, I was speaking to him prior to this game, and he was saying he's definitely looking to make some sixes. Definitely wants to make those big bucks with those MAQ sixes. So it should be an exciting game with the next ball. Just a short return. Nothing, no runs from that, but let's see what the next ball brings us.
Nayak is the bowler from the pavilion end. He's had a good tournament with the ball. Chima has really smashed that, but fielder at mid-on was able to hold it back. It's strange field placing because the mid-on and then there is a wide long on and the mid-wicket as well. So that's the two catchers in the power play. So only two fielders are allowed outside the ring. It's Chima looking to smash that again. No pace on the ball, forcing him to create his own pace. Not succeeded on that occasion.
Yes, well, it also looks like he's slightly adjusting to the bowler's style. Looks like he's slowly getting acquainted with it. Let's see. The ball is bowled. It's up in the air. And it's not a catch. We have a miss, but no 4. We have a nice single there. Zishan Qureshi up to bat now.
Yeah, this could be a costly miss. Fielder right on the edge of the circle. Got both hands to it. But it burst through his fingers as we watch again. He got his hands to it. That will go down as a missed chance. And a costly one at that. Zishan is on strike for the first time in the final. Short
It's a big hit. It's stopped by the fielder, and they make a 1, a single.
Qureshi off the mark of the very first delivery. And a quiet first over considering Chima's form. 6 for no wicket after the first over.
Well, prior to this match, Shah, I spoke to Sean as well. I saw him in the batting cages. He wants to make those sixes, so that was a powerful hit from him. Didn't quite get it up in the air enough. Not enough power to make that 4, but good effort. Good effort.
Yeah, it is, and probably he saved the best to the last because he's been good with the ball, but with his own high standards, he should admit that he hasn't got those high standards in the batting in this tournament. As I said, one final opportunity and the biggest game of the tournament.
Yes, well, the pressure is definitely on for the U.S. All-Stars. They have a little bit of a history with not being able to handle this finals pressure, this coming from the sister of the captain. Well, I mean, I'm hoping this game, they've been doing well this tournament, so I'm hoping that this game should be no different. But he swings the ball and doesn't make it quite far enough to make that single, but we'll see what the future brings us.
Yes, the bowling from Indiawala has been good as Zishan is swinging again. This time he's got it to long on for another run. As you said, Samantha, Zishan is also looking in the mood to make a contribution with the bat in this final.
Well, they'll definitely need to keep that score up. The Tampa Legends did do quite well with their scoring in the previous game. We're definitely going to be having an exciting match today.
Yeah, that's the Tampa Legend. They've been very peculiar with their field placings. They keep changing every other ball for the batsman.
It's up in the air. Let's see. It's a 6.
It's out of here, and it's the first MAQ 6 of the final. As Chima got hold of that medium pace of Indiawala, proved too easy for him, and got it right smack in the middle of the bat, and went a long way.
And the fielder's returning from over the fence. That was a big 6.
Indeed, and the 6th count of the final has begun as wicketkeeper has moved up to the stumps to prevent Chima from walking down the wicket and get to the ball as Indawala.
Up in the air. The fielder, it's a 6. It's out of the field. Once again, Chima going for those 6s.
Another maximum, and Chima has started the count, as I said, already in the final. He moves to 17 and All Stars 19 for no wicket. Length provided by Indawala. He doesn't have the pace, and Chima is in a belligerent mood. He has been all tournament.
Yes, well, the MAQ 6s are definitely have been a incentive for him. He's very excited about that. The moment we stepped into the semifinals and MAQ notified him of this, he put on his A game and he's been making those 6s.
Yes, he is. Actually, all the players are excited, but only a few of them are making good use of it, and Chima is definitely one. And the other to watch out for was Shahir earlier. He smacked some huge 6s, one of them hitting the scoreboard on down towards our left. So there's plenty of people, and the initiative has really spurred them on.
Yes, it's also pretty interesting to see how they keep changing the field. That's got to be something that throws off the batters, don't you think?
Yeah, that's exactly the point I was making. You picked it up nicely, because they don't want the batsmen to line up and try to attempt on one side of the ground. So they keep chopping and changing the fielder to keep the batsman guessing that where the next ball is going to be, so he can't line them up.
It's bold. It's up in the air.
It's in the
The
air.
fielder's... It's a caught out! And he is out!
Chima has lost his wicket. That's a big wicket and a big moment in this final. Chima was going for the big one once again. Clever bit of bowling from Indawala. He threw it wide outside the off stump. And Chima went for it, but skied it. And a good catch under pressure has resulted in this big breakthrough as we watch the replay once again.
Well, that's got to be a disappointment for Chima and the U.S. All-Stars getting out so early in the game. Not even 2 overs have been completed, and he's already out. He's only made 2 6s, I believe.
Yeah, 2 6s for the final, but the delight on the Legends' faces is there for everyone to see. They knew it was a big wicket and celebrated in style. It was a pressure catch, you have to say, with all this wind around, the ball swirling in the air. He positioned himself nicely, caught it cleanly, and look at that.
Yeah, well, Chima definitely didn't have enough strength on that. Didn't quite make it over the boundary directly as he needed it to be. It opens you up when you get those high shots to not get it over the boundary. You're more likely to get a catch.
That's what it shows, that every time he attempts those big shots, it's not just, it is a lot of skill, and it's not easy to do it all the time, as it proved in the final. So still appreciate his contribution to the All-Stars effort to get him that far. But now the onus is on other players to come in and contribute and to make sure they end up on the winning side.
Indawala for the bowl, and it goes for the single.
Yeah, you can see now Zishan, I think he's realized as well.
The pressure is on.
Pressure is on, and being a captain, he has to take some responsibility. He's looking good. As we see the end of the second over, All Stars 21 for 1. The big fish, Chima, is back in the hut. So the Legends, as they have been very meticulous with their field placings and strategies, have reaped the early reward of that. And now Indawala will start his second over. I beg your pardon, it's Naik. And it'll be interesting to see that Zishan Qureshi now will have to take the charge as he smashes this one. But you see the field placing, it beats one fielder, but there's a second fielder right behind him. I've never
Yes.
seen field like this, but it's
The Legends definitely had a good meeting. I saw them prior to the start of this game. They were huddled up and they were definitely going over their strategies. Looks like their ideas are doing well for them.
Yeah, they put a lot of mind into what they want to do, and the execution so far has been good.
The pressure is on for the U.S. All-Stars. They make yet another single.
Shahir
Still
is off the
looking-
mark.
Still looking for those big hits, though. They're going to need to get their score up because this is going to be a long match, yet a short match.
Yeah, but it's power play as well, so last few deliveries, that's the time when the field restrictions are applied. So it's time to have a few big hits before field can open up.
It's up in the air. It's a 6 from Zishan Qureshi. He will be getting one of those $50 MAQ 6s. First 6 from Zishan this game. Those were the shots I was looking for.
The MAQ 6, as you watch him clear his front leg and clean swing through the line, over, long, off. It went a long way. And as I was saying, Zishan means business in this final. He's been quite keen. He took his time, but now he's got one right off the middle of the bat and help himself to the MAQ 6.
Umpire checking the ball.
I think it went towards that concrete right outside our production unit. And umpire's making sure if there's not untoward damage to the ball.
Earlier today, we had one of the 6s go directly into our production booth.
I saw that. That was Chima. As Zishan swings at a wide delivery, misses. Clever bit of bowling from Nike. He slowed it up, so Zishan has to force the pace and couldn't do that.
It's up in
Another-
the air. Fielders are going. It's a 6. Another 6 from Zishan Qureshi.
There you go. The skipper joining in the act. 2 6s in the over. That was slightly short. Not a bad delivery. But Zishan cleared the front leg and he just smashed it out of the park.
Nayak ready for bowling, running up the pitch. Up in the air again. It's another 6 for Zishan Qureshi. He's just smashing those balls, isn't he?
A hat trick of 6s, the MAQ 6s for Zishan Qureshi. We were talking about his form with the bat, hadn't been good leading up to the final, but being the responsible captain, he's showing that he can lead from the front, and this is the third 6 of the over. So excellent batting from Zishan Qureshi. He's raced up to 22 of just 9 deliveries.
Yes, that is a good score for Zishan Qureshi. Let's see how the next few overs. It's been quite an interesting 3 overs.
You're talking,
My heart is racing. I'm definitely interested now.
yeah, you're talking about pressure on US All-Stars. What pressure, the captain says?
Yeah, definitely. They've stepped up. I was a little worried there when they lost their star batter, but Zishan has picked up the slack, and you know, U.S. All-Stars is off to a great start.
Zishan is made up for the early loss of Chima. Chima did contribute with 2 6s, though.
Hassan up to bat now. Let's see if he can deliver us. Yet another 6 from Mr. Hassan. The U.S. All-Stars are doing quite well.
Shahir Hassan, his first 6 of the final. A maximum, a leg stump half volley. He's really clobbered into that one and went a long way. So flurry of 6s in the last few deliveries. 4 6s in the last 7 deliveries. That's the big 6s that you're always after, Sam.
Yes, for sure.
Shahir once again looking at the onside field. The power play is done and dusted, so there are more fielders on the boundary.
And it's a wide. 1 free point for the U.S. All-Stars. Those freebies are great here in the free tournament. The MAQ T10, free.
Free? Yes. It's
Free runs, free pizza, free food, free drinks, free energy drinks. Energy drinks have been provided from T20 Energy Drinks. they're very quite tasty. Have you had one?
Yeah, I had them. They're very good. And
There's a little single there for the U.S. All-Stars. Qureshi up to bat now.
Qureshi, after his 6 hitting business in the previous over, gets the strike for the first time in this over against Singh. No ball! And that will be a free hit. Qureshi refuses the single because he wants to have the free hit, and he will have a free hit. So another big chance for another maximum for Qureshi. And that no ball will bring up the 50 as well for the All-Stars in only the 4th over. That's an excellent start. And if you look at it, after Chima's dismissal, it's even better.
Their current run rate at 15. That is a good, solid run rate to have.
Here we go, the free hit. Excellent bowling from Singh. Zishan was backing away. Singh followed him. Single to the total. Good cricket all around. Shahir is back on strike as we watch the replays. Zishan was backing away, but Singh fired it into the block hole. Shahir favors the onside generally. He was going for the big one, big shout, but aborted quickly by the bowler, realizing it was going down the leg side. So good bowling nonetheless from Singh. Singh was appealing, but look at the wicketkeeper's position. He was way down the leg side, anticipating the ball to be on that side of the wicket. So that's why the appeal was aborted quickly. No damage done. Another full pitch delivery from Singh. Excellent bowling. Just a single to Shahir.
U.S. All-Stars, 52 for 1.
Qureshi, 23 of 11 deliveries.
And he hits it for a 4, but there's a fielder there to stop it.
Very good looking stroke, but straight to the sweeper on the offside. And that ends the 4th over. 53 for 1 after 4. And Singh, who seemingly bowled quite a good over, still went for 12 runs. See, it was a good looking shot from Zishan. Once again, he's favoring the offside, but hit it straight to the fielder.
Well, the Tampa Legends, they have a solid fielding plan in place. As they were saying at the toss, they have been fielding first all their matches. So it's a strategy that they've been working on throughout the tournament.
Yeah, and it's worked very well for them. Their bowling lineup has responded to the plans set up by their captain. Making a plan is one thing, but to go ahead and execute it time and again to achieve the results is another thing. So you have to give credit to them for being consistent and very, very well-oiled machine throughout the tournament. And reaching the final is no mean feat.
Well, defense, they say, is the best strategy. Defense wins games. Fielders are your defenders in cricket. So your fielding techniques is definitely very important. You can hit all the 6s and all the 4s you want, but if your fielders aren't strong, then they're going to get those. If your fielders are strong, they're more likely to get those catches and make those stops.
They say catches win matches, so if your fielding is very important, especially in this short format, as we once again watch Ali with his peculiar action. He's been the star bowler throughout the tournament for the Legends, and he comes around at this stage of the innings and not only stops the scoring but also picks up a wicket or two along the way to disturb the momentum of the batting team. Qureshi has to be cautious here.
It's a 4 for Zishan Qureshi, just what they needed to keep their score going.
He's just whipped it with the bottom hand, and if you look at it, it was short but no pace on it, so Zishan had to create his pace. The bat swing and the bat speed was there, and he hit it into the gap as well, more importantly, and found the fence for a boundary. Excellent batting from Zishan.
Well, as I've been saying, for a lot of the games that I've watched, Ali, his style is very peculiar, and it definitely throws off batters. It takes a lot to see that style and be able to hit it. Sean was unable to do it the first time, but after the second ball, he kind of got the hang of it. So let's see. Next ball, the fielders were ready there. They were able to prevent that 4. He's just got to get it up in the air to get that 6.
He's single, but as Ali has no pace on the ball, Zishan would really have to reach for the ball to hit it up in the air. As Shahir tried it, it's in the air and dropped at covers. As we were talking about the importance of the fielding, here the chance was created, but floored by the fielder. Unlucky for Ali. More cautious from Shahir this time along the ground, but good calling from Zishan. Crossed over for a quick single.
Very tight fielding from the fielders. They're able to get to that ball. Their placement is excellent.
And with that, we have reached the halfway stage. The US All-Stars are 59 for 1 after 5 overs. Qureshi is batting beautifully on 29 of 16 deliveries. Hassan is keeping him good company for 10 of 7 deliveries. As we're going to have a double commentary change here. And we see Eddie coming in and Audley to replace us. And both these gentlemen will take you through to the end of the innings.
Well, thank you very much, dear Shaw. Thank you, Samantha. Certainly a tremendous job between you two. And Audley, certainly the fireworks that we were hoping for from the hard-hitting man in the entire competition thus far, Chima, has not paid off. So a little bit of disappointment for him coming into the finals. Been making runs all season long and now into the finals. Really, and one would say that he would have done his job.
Definitely, he would have done his job. He did all the hard work to get U.S. All-Stars into the finals. So the fact that he did not make a big run in the final, it's disappointment for the fans, but he did his job.
So 2 more to the total. The All-Stars now goes up to 61 for 1. And Sean Qureshi, the attacking Sean Qureshi, all of a sudden has the hot hand, has some 29 from some 16 deliveries, and Hassan is on 12. And this one is swinged out to wide towards the wide mid-wicket region. Man coming across, knocks it down, and just held the batsman to a single.
So maybe we could say, Eddie, that Sean is picking up the slot where Chima left off. And because Chima is definitely going to break the bank.
Certainly, if he hasn't broke it already. So Singh it is. And Qureshi is going hard and high. And he's had the hard, as we just said a few seconds ago. He's gone over the top again there, Audley. So good looking shot from Sean Qureshi.
Yes, but he just had a good look at that one. One swing, and the fielder could only admire the ball as it sailed over his head, over the bench, for a maximum.
So none for 21 from Singh as he up in operation from the northern end. This one between the legs of Sean and the leg side. The fielder there was pretty much onto it. The wicketkeeper looking to run Sean out, but certainly Sean wasn't going to have none of that. So that ball, as they say, is as good as gold dust. Sean remains on 35 from 18. Hassan is on 13. And Sean Qureshi goes on one knee and straight into the hands of Donaire Nathaniel, who is on the deep mid-wicket boundary, and he takes a catch, and Sean Qureshi will have to go, unfortunately, Audley.
Yes, he was just beginning to look good. He was doing good, and we were looking for bigger things at the moment because we're saying He's the one that has taken up the slot that was left vacant by Chima, being out early. But he made a good quick fire 35 in about 19 deliveries. So well done, Qureshi. And now we'll have a Malik. Is it Malik who is coming to join Hassan, who's on 13 from 9. So
Amar Malik comes in to repair the damage that would have done by Singh. And Sean Qureshi comes back to the pavilion. Gets a round of applause from his teammates, and pretty much sure that he would be saying to them that I would have already done my job. It's up to you guys now to go out there and pick up from where I would have left off.
yes, decent score. 68 for 2. One ball, one delivery to. No, they have completed that delivery. So after 6, it will be 68 for 2. Good score.
Certainly, and we would have loved to see Chima get into the thick of thing, but that was not to be. He played a couple of lofty shots, got some 3 sixes in his innings, and he went back for some mainly 28 runs, somewhere thereabout. We'll get that if there is a correction to be made from the score. So it is some 68 for the loss of 2 wickets, the All-Stars.
I'm still sort of suffocating from the breathless innings that was played earlier this morning. So, it's one that we've talked about for a long time. It will remind me of the T20 that was played when we had the shootout between Andrea Russell and Mahaltra in opposite innings.
Certainly, and those two put on a show here for the Ladder Hill compatriots to see. And it seems like we're going to have a change of bowling. It's going to be Ali who is going to pick up the attack from the southern end. And he will be bowling to Malik. So look at the field setting there, Audley. Very well composed Tampa Bay. This one is
come towards the camera. As a matter of fact, just feel it by the camera lady here. Yes.
The lady from Argentina, and that goes out of the park. 6 runs to Malik. He opened up his account with 6, so he also is trying to break the bank here for MAQ Qureshi. This one is played into the cover region. The batsman take a single. So good comeback delivery there by Ali.
And of course, that's called, it's a maximum.
So 75 it is for 2. And we're into the 7th over. Some 6.2 overs gone. Here is Ali now. On his way now to bowl to Hassan. Hassan is dancing down the track. Here's this one high and hard. Out of the ground. Just below the commentary box here. So 6 more to Hassan. 6 more to the total. It takes the total now to some 81 for the loss of 2 wickets, oddly.
And it's another maximum. Yes. High and hard and was shooting towards us. Fell short, but look, it's another maximum.
And it's more important, it is runs for the All-Stars. It's
This
in the air.
one could be taken. Yes, brilliantly taken by Ali. Brilliantly taken. Went high in the air and he steadied himself and in the end brought off a beautiful and spectacular catch. So a 3rd wicket went down for the All-Stars and it is not quite, is it Hassan?
It looks like Hassan.
But we know a 3rd wicket went down.
Yes, indeed. So it might very well be Hassan. It is Hassan. So Sadiq comes now to join the party. And while the All-Stars giving us something, while they entertaining us, they're losing wickets in the process.
That's the situation here. And won't forget the legends want to remain legends and they want to return to Tampa as the Tampa legend, true Tampa legend. So they're trying to upset the apple cart, of course. I think the All-Stars started as favorites, but no one is going to play hard, play quarterfinals, semifinals, and come to the finals to give it up. So they are putting everything in it.
That first delivery from Ali to Sadiq is pulled out towards the deep long on boundary. Batsman, the fielder pulled off the boundary but cannot prevent the batsman from getting a single. So immediately Sadiq is off the mark there. So the total goes up now to some 82 for a loss of 3 wickets.
Yeah, just back to the camera lady. When she fielding that ball, I was made to understand that she is a soccer player. She plays soccer for some clubs. I don't know if it's someone is out.
Well,
Stumped.
Well, the Bears came off in a canter, it came off in a flash, and certainly he was out of his ground, and the umpire at square leg position, they hardly had no hesitation in raising that dreaded index finger. 82 for the loss of 4. You see?
Let's see. Maybe we just got carried away a little bit there. No, he is going nowhere at all. Apparently, he was in his grounds.
Well, we thought that the umpire had raised the index finger, but indeed the overhead came to an end, and the batsman was walking towards the non-striker to have a little word with him.
Okay, so we're watching the replay. No, he was in his grounds. We are not seeing the umpires out of the focus, but the bottom line, he is still batting. He was not out, so he's still batting
here. So that's good news for the All-Stars. Don't want to lose too many more wickets. Want to put something on the board to give their bowlers something to really go at. 82 it is for 3. Sadiq is yet to score. Malik is on 8.
Oh, that one.
Did he take the catch? Let's see what happens. The umpire, the standing umpire now is going towards the square leg region to get some clarification on that. Certainly looked like he took it from here.
From
only your thought?
Yes, from where we are here, it seems as if he took the catch, but then it's a little distant from us, so maybe they'll have to take a look at the replay.
Have to look at the replay and see.
See if it was taken. We are having a look at the replay here. No, it seemed a bounce ball.
It bounced right into his hand.
It was a bounce ball, yeah.
Plainly hit the ground before it actually went into his hands.
Yeah, to the naked eyes, just look, it seemed as if it was a catch, but no, it bounced before it actually went to his hands.
So let's wait on the score now to make the adjustment as far as the score is concerned. I think the score would have taken us to some 83 for 3. So all sorts of discussions out in the middle.
And we are getting a little drama here. You know, things are getting pretty thick.
Even though that Chima is back in the pavilion, the drama continues.
The drama continues.
Never a dull moment with the All-Stars.
With Chima, the drama was of epic proportion.
I would say double epic proportion. So, seems like the score remains on 83 for 3. Just counting on our scorers here for lots of guidance. We're going to need it. You're watching the finals between the All-Stars and the Legends of Tampa. All-Stars now looking to make a big comeback after losing the big wicket of Hassan and Chima, and also Sean Qureshi. So 84 now it is for 3.
Yes, we just want to remind you that you're watching the grand final, and that's a
maximum.
Maximum. So once again, dip into that kitty one more time. $50, maximum.
Just like to inform our listeners that every 6 been struck since the semi-finals, the batters would earn some $50 from the organizers of the tournament. And as Audley was saying prior to that, that they were watching the MAQ T10 Championship here at the Central Broad Regional Park. And this one is gone again, Audley. 6 more.
And baseball, they'll say, and that is high, and that is high, and that's out of here.
96 it is for the loss of 3 wickets. Malik is on 21. Sadiq, he's on 1.
21 from only 6, may I say.
So the firework continues, and the fire department is not very far from here, Audley.
Very necessary to have the fire. And look at this one again.
6 more.
It's another maximum.
So we have seen
maximum.
3 consecutive maxes maximum.
Right, we can't forget. We have to say maximum.
And they're real maximums. Extra maximum, I would say.
And the 100 is up. I'll say it's 102 for 3. And we are in the 8th over. Just 1 ball to complete the 8th over.
This one is pushed away wide outside the line of the off stump. It is signaled and called wide by the umpire.
But of course, if I was hit for 3 consecutive 6s, I'm going to make things look a little better. You're going to reach for what is second wide. Ivor Henry would call that one a broad.
Extra broad, I would say. Takes the total now to 100 and what? Some 5, according to our score. 105 for 3. You have some 7.5 overs gone. 27 to Malik from some 7 delivery. 1 to Sadiq and Indawala. 1 for 38.
1 delivery, 1 legal delivery to go. That's another wide.
Signal and call by the umpire. So I guess whatever membership that the umpire has at LA Fitness, he will have to cancel that for this week. Getting a lot of exercises.
A lot of exercises, Eddie, indeed. And 4 consecutive wides.
At least he is consistent in cover department. He has bowled. He has been carded for 3 consecutive 6s. Came back and bowled 4 consecutive wides. Let's see. This one is coming down towards the fine leg region. And must have gotten an edge to it. There is absolutely no signal from the umpire. So the over finally comes to an end. And at the end of the 8th over, the All-Stars are 108 for 3. Malik is on 27. Sadiq is on 2. Your turn, Audley.
And if I may dare say, that was a very long over. I think some 10 deliveries. But it's paying off for the U.S. All-Stars. Runs have been accumulated after those massive 6s and then 4 consecutive wides. It doesn't matter how it comes. It all adds up.
And it was also an expensive over.
Very
Not
expensive.
only long, but it was
more
expensive.
than one. Eddie, you're smart. I mean, it's more than, it was 3 6s. That's $150.
Big money for these batters here. Where was I? I think I would have born maybe some 3-4 years earlier than my time. So it's going to be Yadav who is going to pick up the attack from the southern end. It's all fun here at the Central Broad Regional Park.
First ball from the penultimate over. Down to wide long on for a single.
So Sadiq goes up by 1 to 3. It's 109 for 3. Malik comes into strike.
No doubt about that one.
That one is gone. Came down the track, hit it hard and high, just to the left of us here in the scorer's booth, and close enough to the what we call the MAQ truck that's been providing you with all the vision that you've seen in the stadium thus far. So 6 more to Mali. He goes on to 33. Big lick there, Audley.
from only 8. 33 from 8.
And he's gone again.
Another maximum. Oh, the umpire is really getting his exercise.
Both of them are. Previously it was the one at the square leg region. Now it's the one at the southern end. So at least they're spreading it around. They keep it even. Malik is on 39. Sadiq is on 4. 121 for 3. 8.3 overs gone.
Now, earlier today, Chima had a 50 in 14 balls. And this one is Merrick 45. And now he's on 45 from 10. Will it be the fastest 50?
And
Earlier, as I've said before, Chima made 50 in 14 deliveries. Now he's on 45 from 10.
And what is consistent about Malik, he continues to hit sixes consecutively. He has hit some 3 sixes in the previous over, consecutive sixes that is, and he's now has hit 3 consecutive sixes in this over.
Will it be the fourth to bring up his 50 in the record time? Oh, not quite. They'll just settle for 1. He's now on 45, but he still has 3 more deliveries to, say at least 2 to break the record that was set today by Chima by making 50 in 14. And the ball is coming towards us again.
6
Another
more.
maximum. The reigning maximum over here. Maximum is coming from left, right, and center. Not a $50.
So Malik and Sadiq, they're both dealing in sixes here at the Central Broad Regional Park. Over number 9 has completed. It's 134 for 3.
Fireworks. We are watching some fireworks here, Eddie.
Yes,
And
indeed. It is the finals of the MAQ T10 competition between the All-Stars and the Legends of Tampa. It's 134 for the loss of some 3 wickets. 9 overs gone. Sadiq is on 9. Malik is on 46. Yadav to continue.
Will the record of Chima be shattered in less than a day? The record was set just some couple of hours earlier, 50 in 14. Now Malik is 46 from 11.
Driven back past the bowler over his head. Batsman comes back for run number 2. So Malik goes up now to some 48.
48 from 12.
So the All-Stars now goes up. The total goes up by 2 to 136 for the loss of some 3 wickets. Out towards long on. One more to Malik. He goes on to 49. 137 it is. And we're into over number 10. 2 overs gone.
So he will not be able to break the record that was set earlier by Chima, but he has a chance to share that record because he's 49 from 13. So should he get back on strike? Oh, straight into the arms of the fielder there.
So Sadiq goes, unfortunately for Sadiq, he goes caught of the bowling of Yadav for 9. That was his contribution from some 5 deliveries he would have faced. So 138 for the loss of 3. Malik is at the non-strikers and he's on 49. And the All-Stars, they're going great guns. They're not letting up for anything here. They're dealing in sixes because they want to break the bank of MAQ.
And indeed, it is a good score. A lot of T20s, 138 would be a very good score. So 138 for 4 with 3 legal deliveries
left
to go. Yes, and as I've said before, Malik can equal the record that was set earlier today by Chima. He's on 49 from 13, and the record is 50 from 14 deliveries.
You think that they'll be looking to get at least 150 to give their bowlers something to really bowl at, realizing that it's just 10 overs to be bowled?
Well, they'll have to rain a couple more sixes, some maximum.
This one is swing the way down towards the back with a square position and into the boundary board for 4. So
Now the question is, Eddie, will Malik be left stranded on 49? Only 2 deliveries to go.
well, I don't think that he would mind that as long as it is a team game. I'm pretty much sure that he understands that, and these things happen. He's on 49 from some 13. The new batter comes in, yet to have his name on the board is Dobson. That's what I thought, the wicket-keeper batsman from the Tampa area.
And he's loosening up there. He intends to put a clubber in on the ball. Maybe to put $50 in his pocket. Why not? Maybe 2.
Who knows?
$50.
One is carted back past the ball out towards long on. The man being pulled off the long on boundary, but cannot prevent the batsman from getting a single. So
Malik.
So it's 143 for 4.
No.
To wide third man goes into the boundary board for 4. That's his 50. So Malik is 53. And at the end of it, after some 10 overs, the All-Stars were able to muster a healthy 147 for 4. So the run chase will be on in a couple of seconds, which means the legend will have to score at least 148 if they want to hold the Champions Trophy. Oddly.
Very good total for T10. It's a very good total. And down to the end, it was nice to see that Malik was at least able to get his 50 of the very final delivery. And he has equaled the fastest 50 on this ground that was set earlier today by Chima. So congratulations also to Malik. So in a moment, a few moments, we'll be having the answer. We'll be replied by the Tampa Legends. They'll be replying, trying to get 148 to win this championship, to win the tournament. Eddie?
So we'll be back in a short while. Don't go nowhere. Don't take a blink, because you wouldn't want to miss the run chase, because these legends from the Tampa area, they're vicious, they're nasty, and certainly they want to walk away with every ounce of trophy that is there to be had. So
Absolutely.
until then, we'll join you in a couple of seconds.
Very warm welcome back once again from the Broward County Stadium. It's grand finale, the final of USA National Championship MAQ T10 2019. After some fireworks from the US All-Stars, the Tampa Legends are here to chase the target of 147 runs to lift the trophy here. It's going to be an uphill task, but in cricket, you can't say nothing, and they've done quite well to get that far, so there's no reason that they be thinking that they can't get to this total. And as we've been saying, it's beautiful setting once again. The sun is out, light breeze, fantastic conditions for cricket. And welcome, I'll welcome along in the comm box for me one final time is Otley. Good afternoon, Otley.
Good afternoon to you again. It's a show. It's a picturesque Broward County Stadium here, with the winds blowing those flags from east to west. And we are in the very final innings of this competition, the grand final between the Legends and the All-Stars. And as you alluded before, they made 147 for 4, and now the Legends will have to try and get 148 to lift that coveted trophy. Not to forget that each six maximum that's hit in this tournament, in the final, it started from the semi-final, it's going to be called a MAQ maximum. So you can put some little extra, a lot of extra money in your pocket.
And a lot of players have already done that. It's the chance for the legends to do that. There weren't many sixes in the semi-final where they featured in. So they got another hit at that. And against the All-Stars bowling, which has done quite well throughout the tournament, especially Farhan Ali and Weg. They have provided good top-order bowling with the new ball for All-Stars. So it's going to be an exciting contest. And as Akhli was saying, the conditions are just about perfect. Picturesque setting here. And the grand final, you can't ask for more.
So it's Ashad and Nathaniel. And Ashad would be taking the first delivery, as Ali will be bowling from the southern end or the commentator's end.
Arshad and Nathaniel both had a good tournament as well. Nathaniel was dismissed early in the semi-final as we watch Farhan lose his run.
And of course, Farhan Ali is the bowler that does that little hop, scotch, and jump before he runs off and deliver his ball. So we watch him once again as he turn to do it all over.
Not only he has that hop, but if you notice closely, he jumps sideways as well to get started. But as we've known many bowlers in the past, they have their peculiar things, and if that's what makes him comfortable, so be it. First delivery, a swing and a miss for Arshad. Good line, good length from Ali. Good start.
You're so right, Shaw. I've noticed that for the first time. I saw the hop and the skip, but I did not notice that sideways hop before. Very observant.
Yeah, he's been a standout bowler in the tournament. As we watch the umpire walk down the middle of the pitch and telling Ali to keep off the danger area. Bit too late in the tournament, because I've seen this before many a times. But finally, the umpire realized that and give him a verbal warning. Nothing official yet. Pacey delivery, but wide. The batsman has nothing to do with asking the umpire for what he needs to do. And he's still arguing. That's not on, Arshad. Umpire's there to do his job. It was marginal.
Right. Yes, I don't think he should be reacting like that. Yes, even as it's shown on the replay, and he's saying, "Hey, umpire, what's happening? We should be getting a wide call."
That thing never pleases the umpire, I can tell you, at least. So, any marginal calls are likely to go against him if you face off with the umpire like that. But this one, he got hold of it over the top of the mid-on fielder. One bounce over the fence.
Well, that's the way he should react, and he did it the right way this time. Don't argue with the umpire. Just do your thing. Let the bat do the talking for you.
Absolutely. On the up and lifted over the long on fielder. Nice straight bat. He got off the mark in style. And the legends off the mark with a boundary.
Tapping at the crease. Must say he's southpaw. I know you guys are watching.
Another wide one. Swing and a miss. Another marginal call.
And indeed, from where we are here, we could definitely see the ball was inside the line.
Yes, we can clearly see on the
line.
replay. It was inside the tram line, which is only there as a guide for the umpire. But live with the naked eye, I thought umpire was moving toward his right to make the signal, but he aborted that movement and didn't call this a wide. So the total is still 4. It's helped on its way this time. And no fielder in the deep on that side of the field. So 4 more runs to Arshad. He doubles his score with another boundary.
So, with 1 delivered to go in the first over, it's 9 without loss. So, good reply after a couple of balls outside the off stump. Arshad went to play the ball down through the onside, and 4 runs was the result.
Now the swing and a miss. That one kept low, Otley. And the first over is done and dusted. 8 for no wicket.
Good over, nice confrontation, a battle royal as we watched here on the replay, yes. Outside the off stump, swings, but the ball eluded the bat and he went through to the wicket keeper who made a tumbling save.
Normally Ali gets quite a good bounce, but on that occasion it went under the bat and bounced before it reached the keeper. So something to be wary of, although it's only 10 overs, but it's the 3rd day of cricket on the same pitch. We've had all the games in the stadium on this very wicket. And you have to commend the groundsman for putting a splendid surface out. Good for stroke play, good for pace bowling, and a little bit of help for spinners from time to time. So a big pat on the back for him. A job very well done.
So I guess we could say there's a little of everything in it for everybody. The batters, the bowlers, whether you're a fast bowler or a spin bowler, everyone benefit from this pitch the way it was prepared. Beautifully done.
Nathaniel, he will be the key. Legends will be looking for him to provide them a blistering start as we watch Wig from the far end. As he swings at it, hits on the pad.
Oh, he was trotting along down there for a moment, and the fielder came in and threw that ball. Maybe he would have been in trouble had the ball hit. You have to just run for your life. Just keep your focus and make sure you do what you ought to do.
Yep. And Nathaniel went for the big swing from the very first delivery. But as we noticed, this fast bowling pair is quite good. It won't be easy against them. But if Nathaniel can get his eye in, and Arshad, who's already had 2 boundaries, if they can get hold of this opening pair, that would really put the pressure back on the All-Stars. And they will be trying for that as we look at this beautiful picture once again. The clouds have been there all week, but not threatening at all. The breeze is there. Perfect conditions for playing and watching cricket.
And we must say the weather, yes, you mentioned the weather here. We are so happy there's no rain delays. I know we have had occasions when we're having the US T20 tournaments when the matches have to be put back, and a lot would have to be shortened because that one is hit. That was batting practice. That was catching practice. He came down and hit the ball straight into the hand of the man is that mid-wicket, short mid-wicket.
Yeah, Wig has been bowling the hard length. Arshad went down the wicket, but that was a heavy ball. Hit him on the splice and ballooned up in the air. The fielder had all the time in the world to take one of the easiest catches he'll ever have. So that's the first breakthrough, and the very impressive Wig has provided it for the All-Stars. Legends 9 for 1 in the 2nd over.
Yes, indeed. Good start. Competitive cricket being played. And they try to push things along, make sure that they're not logging too far behind.
Yeah, Arshad, you can't blame him. He had to take on the charge. He tried, but Wig was too good on that occasion. So we got the new batsman in Patel. He's made it to the middle, and they didn't cross, so he'll be the one on strike against the left arm over the wicket attack of Wig. he had a pretty circumspect start for the All-Stars as well. They only had 6 runs in the first over. And although Chima hit 2 sixes in the second over, but he did get out in the second over. So, delicately poised game. That power play is really crucial for both teams.
It is. And for those who are wondering, power play, if you're not quite familiar with what's happening, it's the first 3 overs in a T20 in a T10 match consists of what we call the power play, when only two players can be outside that 30-yard circle. So then the batters have the opportunity to swing the bat.
You're absolutely right, Otley. And that's the time where there's few fielders and you can get away with aerial shots. As Nathaniel has tried for one, but didn't make contact. The throw was on the bowler's end. He would have been out if it had hit directly, but he got lucky on that occasion.
Good running, good fielding, good all-round cricket, and please the wicket-keeper, he's given a cheer and encourages fielders, of course, keep on doing what you're doing. He aborted that delivery. Somehow something was happening, and the batsman pulled out of the way.
The umpire's talking to Zishan. I think we're still in the middle of some field changes whilst the bowler was running in. So umpire had to stop the action. Patel on strike. Low full toss, didn't time it, but fell in no man's land.
Yeah, if you're going to hit a airy shot, that's the best place to play it.
Just behind the bowler.
Just behind the bowler. Not if it's high in the air, then someone can run around from long off or long on and have a chance. But that one, no chance whatsoever from that shot.
Nicely played by Nathaniel. He looked quite good in one of the earlier games. It means that he has the ability. But at the moment, the bowling is right on top with 13 runs after 2 overs for the loss of 1 wicket.
Yes, it's going to be an uphill climb for the Tampa Legends. But they're hanging in there. Only 1 wicket down. There are 13 so far. And on the extra column, only 1 extra. So all around, it's going to be a ding-dong battle up there. 2 super teams.
Yep, they're the best 2 teams of the tournament. They made it to the final, and deservedly so. But in the final, as they always say, the team that holds their nerves and produce their best skills on the day, they're the one who will win the trophy. And at the moment, it may seem that US All-Stars are that team, but it's never over till it's over. So Legends are still in the game. 1 good over, as we've seen many times throughout the weekend, that it can change very, very quickly.
Change the whole complexion of the game. Yes, one good over sometime in the batting team's favor. Next time in the fielding team favor.
Next time, half volley. Nathaniel will be disappointed. He missed out on that. Even if he'd let it go, it would have been a wide. But with short fine leg up in the circle, he was eyeing a boundary. Got away with it, the bowler. No ball, I think, for height, and Nathaniel's got hold of that. That's the first MAQ 6 of this run chase in the final.
Indeed, that was a gift, and it was gladfully, glee. He accepted that one with all the glee in the world. Put it over the boundary for a maximum, exactly what it deserves.
And that's one of the ingredients sometimes that changes those T10s and T20 games. A no-ball free hit sometimes gets the batting team going. So he's already had 7 runs off this delivery, and he has to still re-ball it. And on top of that, it's a free hit. So another big boundary would put the Legends right back on the track.
So will he make this 13?
Nathaniel will be hoping so. So would be the legends. Think he's been bowled, but it's a free hit, so
Doesn't matter.
Nathaniel has another life to live.
Right, he was going for broke. It's the only way you can be out from a delivery like this is to be run out. So
Absolutely.
he was going for it, being bowled, no problem.
Yeah, but that's the type of delivery that bowler would need to concentrate on, because as the old saying goes, if you bowl straight, you say you miss, I hit.
Exactly.
Another swing from Nathaniel, dot ball.
Keeping his players in tune, relaying the ball by various players back to the bowler, who's big.
And then in the air and taken. That's another soft dismissal, a low full toss. Hit straight to mid-off, and easy catch once again. And Nathaniel, who hit one big six, perishes in the cause. So we watch this one once again. Easy catch, and that's the second breakthrough.
Yes, this is the sort of breakthrough the All-Stars will be looking for. And indeed, I can't understand. Both players are walking off the field. Is that something maybe he's trying to get someone's attention? But we know for sure that Nathaniel is out. He'll be walking straight off the field. And Patel is there 2 from 2. And the new batsman we'll know in a little while, in a little bit. But
that's the breakthroughs that they needed in the power play to curtail the scoring, and they've achieved that. Both the openers are back in the hutch, and soft dismissals on both occasions. As this time Nathaniel had a low full toss. He probably could have hit it anywhere, just found the fielder on the mid-off, and he departed in the big final. So leaving the task to the others, and Merchant, who's once again played a very good knock in the semi-final. He's into the crease with Patel, and he's got a big job on his hand.
And sure, sometimes it's not the most beautiful ball or good deliveries that get the wicket. It's the balls that you could dispatch anywhere, like on that occasion.
You're absolutely right. You've seen some pearlers being bowled, and they don't get a wicket, and sometimes the long hops and full toss do the trick. Merchant very circumspect. Just one delivery left in the power play. Both the wickets were lost at the wrong time by legends, and it hampered their progress. But I would say Merchant is in good form. Let's see how he tackles this situation, which is not easy by any means.
And it's 2 new batters at the wicket, so. Oh!
And Merchant has been dismissed as well. An almighty heave. But he's suggesting that ball kept low. But when we see the replay, you would know that his head was high, in no position to play that stroke. So another big wicket as we watch once again. See, nowhere in position, Otley, so you can't blame the pitch. But another big dismissal in the context of the match.
Yes, so the ball dismantles the mid and leg stump, and it's not a good combination for the ball to be keeping on a good lower trajectory and your head is in the air. It's not a good combination.
He was nowhere near the ball. He missed it by a mile, and as I was saying, he was in good form, but tells you that every game is a new game and every innings is a fresh innings.
And just looking at the face of the captain of the All-Star team, Qureshi, and you can see all smiles there. And I would be smiling if I was a captain of that team right now as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not? They're firmly in control, and they've proved they're one of the best teams, because today when Chima got out, everyone was thinking that here we go, it's the final jinx or the knockout jinx will strike again for the All-Stars, but not to be, as other contributors came forward and took the score to a very, very formidable 147. We just watched a little dance from Dodson behind the stumps as he was celebrating. A little bit too late, but I think it's the early celebration for the title.
Yes, indeed. We could say the All-Star has one hand on the trophy right now.
Very firm one hand.
Very firm one hand.
And it's not going to get any easier for Legends as we watch, again, one of the better bowlers of the tournament, Rajesh Sharma, taking up the attack. He's bowling to Patel. Wearing pitch of the last day. Quality of Sharma will certainly get something out of it.
Yes, indeed. So the Legend will try to relinquish that hold of the trophy that belongs, that the All-Star has on the cup. Going to be very hard, Shaw.
Yeah, it's an uphill battle from here. Flighted delivery. And fielded well by Chima in the extra cover. Talking to Sharma earlier in the tournament, he was just pushing him through, just trying to restrict, but now that his team is on top, he's flighting the ball, trying to buy a wicket, but on that occasion, Yadav was good enough to smash him out of the park. 1 bounce 4.
Yes, a little of that is needed right now. They need a little encouragement to push forward, 25 for 3, up to 3.5 overs. So they have to get some balls. If you can't get it over the boundary, you have to hit it on the ground. Oh,
Quicker one from quicker delivery from Sharma as we were talking about it, and Motto had no idea as this one is castled him before he bat could come down and stop it. Sharma on fire, and so is the US All-Stars.
Just as you have mentioned, that it's going to be very hard and getting increasingly hard for the Legends because one of the better bowlers of the tournament was coming on in Sharma. And he did exactly what was expected of him. Cleaned up his the batter. Yadav, clean bowl for 4.
Yeah, terrific piece of bowling from Sharma as we see the All-Stars in a huddle in the middle. They, as Otley was saying, they got their one hand firmly on that trophy as Sharma is showing his skills. Floated a couple of deliveries earlier in the over just to make the batsman think, and this one he fired it straight and full and disturbed the timber. So wickets are falling in a heap. 25 for 4, Legends in a big hole.
They are in a hole, and for them to dig themselves out, and if they should really dig themselves out of this hole, they would indeed be legends.
Sir, and Indawala is into the batting crease, taking on Sharma. So you see another flighted loopy delivery. Sharma is using his full repertoire. Spin and guile. It's very, very crafty bowler. Test match mode for once. Sorry.
Played quietly out on the offside this time, being retrieved by the wicket keeper. And that's the end of over number 4. At the end of 4, it's 26 for 4. So they're going at 6.5 and over. 6.5 and over. The target is 148. And the strike rate,
6 overs, the required run rate is over 20 runs.
over 20.
Already, so a monumental effort would be required. I don't see it coming personally. I may be wrong, but I don't see it coming outly. What do you think?
Right. I don't want to be premature in saying thank you, Tampa Legends. You have done well to reach the finals, but you just have to retool and come back next year. But it could be the case. But definitely would want to be in the shoes of the All-Stars, US All-Stars.
Yeah, that's a fair call, Otley. you would rather be all stars at this moment in this final than the Legends camp. As Indawala is ready. Swiveled it around, but the fielder is in place. So it's so funny that when your team is down, even when you hit good shots, you find the fielders on other occasions, it always goes into the gap.
Yeah, it's all right. Definitely it's all right. Just a matter of time. They're just cruising along.
It's a big hit down the ground, but I don't think he's got any control over it. It just fell inside the 30-yard circle and stayed there. Nothing is going in the favor of Legends, and the grip that the All-Stars has is tightening by the minute.
I totally agree with you. Continue to get a tighter grip on this game. Struck on the pad. Rocketed out on the offside.
Trying to hit it too hard in Indawala. Just no timing whatsoever, and he realized it as soon as he hit it. Helped on its way. This time he's got a better connection, and that's the maximum, the first one for the Legends innings.
Well, yes, it's a maximum. So it moved the score on to 34. Is it 34 for 4? Okay, 34 for 4. And that was a good one. That ball was actually a gift. It was a gift delivery, and he duly accepted the gift as he ought to. But I think it's just a little too late.
Yeah. You see the effort from the wicket keeper. He's charged and chased that ball down just by the square leg umpire. No letting up in intensity from the All-Stars.
No, and that's a good thing about it. It's not that they're taking it lightly and say, look, we know we're going to win. We're cruising. They are not taking no chances at all. The feelings are very sharp. Just about everything very crisp.
Smash, but bowler's got a hand on it and finish off with the dot. With that, we reach the halfway stage of the innings. 35 for 4 and a total of 113 runs required for the next 5 overs. That's the halfway stage of this run chase, and as Otley was saying, at this stage we would be rather in All-Stars camp than the Legends. And speaking of Legends, we got the legend himself, Vinod Mamchan is here. And he's going to be joined by Samantha for one final time in this tournament. As we say our farewell to our viewers, enjoy the rest of the game.
Thank you for that. Really excited to be here to finish this off. It's a very exciting game here. The U.S. All-Stars leading it. The Legends have 35 for 4. And it's a big game here.
I don't think it's an exciting game anymore. I think it's a foregone conclusion. And
well, the excitement is there for me as my brother is the captain of the U.S. All-Stars.
Yes.
So it's very exciting for me then.
Yes, U.S. All-Stars. I think it's safe to say that unless something miraculous happens, they will be able to lift the trophy as the champions of the second MAQ T10. Remember, the first winners, the inaugural winners, were the Washington Tigers last year.
Yes, I was present for that. Slips past the bowler.
Yes, your favorite bowler, Raji Paji.
Yes, Rajesh Sharma up to bowl. He was bowling earlier to Zishan in the practice nets. I think that warmed up his arm pretty well. He's been doing good. 1 for 8.
He's been very consistent throughout this tournament. And Qureshi himself got 35 with 4 sixes.
target here at 148. They have less than 5 overs to complete over 100 runs.
That's a MAQ 6, and it's going to be very difficult to get 25 runs and over. That's the required run rate.
They would have to start hitting them all for 6.
Well, they just struck one, and there's a guy with a bag of money walking around here somewhere. He wouldn't be very happy if they hit all those balls for 6. But at the moment, I want to say congratulations to the organizing committee as well, and of course to Sofian Kamar, who leads MAQ TV, and
VP of operations.
Yep, and all the guys.
Yeah, all the
Yeah.
workers. He
And
makes sure the team always has water,
mhm,
food, refreshments.
and biryani. So the score is 44 for 4. I want to thank Samantha as well, making her debut as a commentator. I think it's going to be very difficult for us to get rid of her from now, as she will always be behind the mic with us. Sharma?
It's up in the air. Not quite a 6, but they did catch a single from that.
Singles won't do it. And at the end of over number 6, the score is Samantha 45 for 4.
45 for 4. Their required run rate would be 25, and they need over 100 runs.
Yep, you're being
in
very
4
kind.
overs.
It's 25.8. Don't forget the .8. You can lose a match by 1 run. But all in all, a very successful tournament. I'm very happy for MAQ Qureshi, because you could have seen the pride on his face when speaking about this tournament. Everything just came together nicely.
Well, Mac, he loves cricket, as you can see. Mac, all around. He's been a huge supporter here in the U.S., constantly trying to promote cricket through his own tournaments and others. He's oftentimes a large sponsor for many other tournaments that are not his own, as well as MAQ TV often being sponsored out to do the live coverage.
Yes, that has been a recent development that has worked nicely. I'm very surprised that Qureshi is not taking the ball himself. Well, Wig had a good first over, 1 for 4. He's going to continue. One would have thought that Qureshi might have held him back for later in the innings, being a fast bowler. But let's see what happens now. Here is Wig. He's had a good tournament. This delivery struck back to him, then he took his ankles off.
Well, as we said earlier, this is not football. This is cricket.
Yes. I'm sure that all the teams, all the players are very excited about the announcements that you will be making later on in terms of the prizes. The winning team gets 2,000. It's bowling.
Clean ball.
The bats,
Ndawala is out.
So,
Bowled by Wiggs.
so it's now 46 for 6. It should read. There's the replay. A good delivery, just back of a leg, angling across the batsman in Ndawala. He was through the shot too early, and he is bowled. Not a good sight for a batsman.
As you can see, the U.S. All-Stars look pretty content with themselves. Their captain, Zishan Qureshi, smiling at their success in their out.
So it's 46 for 6. Should be 6 wickets down now, and Shukla is the new batsman coming in. Score is saying 5. So Legends against the All Stars. The Legends really struggling against Samantha.
Yes, well, at this point in time, I don't predict them making it to even 100. They are more than halfway done, and they haven't reached that target halfway mark of over 50. They've already gotten 5 players out, so their stronger batsmen have gone home.
Well, are you confident now that the guys in pink will be raising the trophy?
Yes, I now feel pretty confident. A little worried in the first half. They were doing quite well in their scoring. They didn't quite reach the score that they normally reach. It was a little bit low for them throughout this tournament. They've been getting closer to 150, maybe a little bit more, and they were in the low hundreds, which gave me a little bit of a worry. Now seeing them in their second half, I am not too worried anymore.
So Wake is going to continue now, 47 for 5. So I think they're just going through the motions, so to speak, in the next 3 overs. Also, I think you'll see massive celebrations by the guys in pink. That they will become the 2019 MAQ T10 champions.
Well, if they do win this game, they will be undefeated for this entire tournament.
6 matches. You needed to win 6 matches, or at least win from the quarterfinal stages. You needed to win 3 on the trot. They've done that, and they won 3 in the prelims, so that's 6. The required rate, though, is over 30.
Yes. However, all the other teams in the round robin phase, there was the only team to be not out at all was the U.S. All-Stars. All the other teams lost 1 match at least.
Wow. So unbeaten, deserving champions here.
Yes, the only team to be undefeated so far.
Hard work of the team coming to the fore. This is down to the sweeper's position on the cover boundary. 1 more. Singles won't do it. For 48 for 5. But I think the Tampa Legends should be very happy with the fact that they did create quite an impression at the tournament, despite the fact that more than likely they'll be going down to defeat here in the finals.
Well, I will say, though, their defense in the first half, their fielding was very good. They were very strong. That's what gave me the doubt.
Yes, and of course with Chima falling so early, that would have added to your anxiety.
Yes, of course. But Zishan did step up.
Yep.
Very proud of him for that. He didn't fall under the pressure.
The captain leading the way, and he's actually going to take the ball now. He's going to come up from the northern end. .48 for 5.
Looks like his knee isn't bothering him today. In the previous games, you could tell he was favoring that one knee. Looked like he had an injury, but he's recovered quite well, it looks like.
Yeah, he is. This delivery is darting down the leg side. Let's see what the umpire says. Here on a single. And he signals
It's so wide.
So that's 2 runs to the total. The required rate is 32.7. From the moment it touches 36, that's the end of that. It means that every ball you have to hit for a 6.
In cricket, is there ever a point where they just say, you're just losing too much, go home?
Well, Qureshi strikes while you were turning away. He's bowled him. Zishan Qureshi could do no wrong today.
That's got to put him up in the top bowlers, no?
Yes.
He's had quite a few bowls.
Definitely will put him up there. So it's now 50 for 6. Qureshi has been economical in this tournament so far.
It's got to make him one of those top players for the U.S. Open picks.
Yes. He has led this team well. So you'll want to continue in that mode. That's the one legal delivery so far. His first delivery was a wide.
And there's a little dance there from the wicketkeeper. Excited for that out. And the anticipation builds. As he hits it out for a 4.
Well, token 4, so to speak, by Hussein. Upsetting the figures of Qureshi a bit there. He's still 1 for 6. And the batsman willing to use his feet. He has to be very careful because Qureshi could get one to spin past him. That'll bring the wicketkeeper into the arc.
He hits it back out.
And that's a 6. That's a
And
MAQ 6.
there's a MAQ 6. 60 for 6 here for the Legends. Tampa Legends.
The required rate 35.2.
We are here in the 8th over. 3 balls to go. Smacks it once again.
And the falling
Unable to get that catch. Unable to reach the ball in time. But they did prevent a 4. I don't believe it would have crawled to the boundary line. It wasn't going in any direction, just straight to the ground.
Well, I'd like to officially crown the U.S. All-Stars, the 2019 champions. Despite this, MAQ 6 is going to go out of the ground. Qureshi being struck for 2 6s in his over. He ends with 1 for 19 off it. Or is it 1 for 25? 1 for 19. He still has 1 delivery to go. But the required rate is 37. So it's impossible now for the Legends to win this game. Congratulations to Zishan Qureshi and the US All-Stars. Patel is on 20. Qureshi Bose is going with him. It could be out caught. Did he take a magnificent catch there?
What a catch
By
there.
Farhan Ali. What a magnificent effort. He took a catch similar to that in the preliminary round game, and he has done it again. Mr. Qureshi gets his second wicket.
What a beautiful catch that was.
Yes, you can see it on the replay.
Straight to his hands. Got to bend down low there for that, but he was able to grab it.
Yes, Farhan Ali. .67 for 6, and both batsmen are still standing their ground. What's the situation? The batsman is very upset. He's leaving, but this is very distasteful. If the umpire has signaled that you're out, you should leave the arena, and that's not good sportsmanship.
It's nice to see that they're not completely discouraged and giving up. They're still trying to go for those MAQ 6s there. They may have lost the match, but it's still possible to win some money.
Yes, and I think that is what is driving them at the moment. .67 for 7. I did say to you whilst we were on the other side of the box that this side will make 75 runs. 2 overs to go, 67 for 7. This is going to be a handsome victory here by the US All-Stars. And before Samantha leave, let's like to thank her for being with us.
Thank you.
She had done a tremendous job. She moves with a bag of money. The score is now 68 for 7 as I welcome my friend Ivor Henry.
Yes.
Great.
Good to be doing the closing session with you, Vinod. I'm the
Yep.
closer.
The finisher.
Yes, finisher.
I mean, you finish all the food in the house.
Dealing, but I'm the finisher. I'm dealing with wood. Finish. Finisher.
This one strikes Hussein on the pad. Look at the required rate. Do you think they can get that?
Let me think about it. It's only a small matter of 48.
So this So they
Go
push
ahead,
to
run
the
with.
point to Qureshi, passing back to the wicket keeper. Here is Hussein. That's a poor effort in the field.
I guess at this stage of the game, they can afford to give away two. And by giving away two, it gets to 70 from 68 to 70.
Well, at
They
this stage
skip
in the
numbers.
game, they can give away a 6.
Absolutely right. But it was a wonderful competition. A beautiful 3 days without any rain.
Tremendous.
Tremendous. Good effort on the part of the Cricket Council USA and to the engine behind it, MAQ TV, and of course you yourself, making sure getting your hand all in the dough.
Yep.
So the next big one on this ground is going to be December 11th for the MAQ T20,
That's
Yes.
5 days.
Yes.
US Open.
like last year. So, and that's a good thing. It's just telling you that more teams want to be a part of.
Well, the competition has grown really.
Well, I can tell you in 2008, just after the stadium was built, because it tried to build it for the 2000 World Cup. There was a bidding, and it all started here 2008 with about say 4 teams.
Wow.
The idea came out of Foss Park. There was Pakistani used to play at Foss Park, and I guess they start thinking around with something that they can do on their own. And by the time he would have come here, he thought it was just a joke. He liked the Wright brothers just take up a plane and run it off, and he got off the ground and said, well, this can get off the ground and stay in the air. And it has launched, and now here we are.
Yeah, the last over of the innings, and we had this very wonderful venue. Legends, 71 for the 7, 1. That's a single. This is the final over the last 5 balls, and I think they're going to suffer a heavy defeat.
Yes, but no shame in the game. I mean, being number 2 out of how many teams? Some 16 teams?
Yeah, 16 teams.
Getting to number 2, so you can ask for one more. So
Yes, Korichi bowls him, and that will be sliding down the leg side. He's taken 2 wickets for 20.
and I think by far and away, he might very well be the player of this match. He got some 30 odd runs, although we saw Baba coming up with a 50. And this time he's going big, but there's a man down there who drops it. My word. The quack quack comes in because that's Trinivas on the outside. He provided the entertainment from the boom boxes on the outside, and if you can pick him up to the outside microphones, you would have heard that quack quack. It's 74 for 4. You're winding down, and here comes the 5th delivery. The match. And
He's worked way down to deep mid wicket for 1. So it wouldn't help. 74 for 5.
And for the last time, you're going to hear that the required run rate is 438. What are the chances of getting there? I think next to none. And back along the turf. And the game, set, match.
Goes
All in
to the
favor.
US All Stars. Congratulations to the guys, Zishan Qureshi and the rest of his team. And the champions for 2019, the US All Stars.
All-Star. Yes, indeed. So 76 for 7 as the curtain comes down here at the Broward County Stadium.
Yes,
We're going to
and-
ask you to stay with us and don't go away because
But before
the
that,
present-
Ivor, before your prize giving ceremony, We like to see the scoreboard. You may like to probably run through the scoreboard quickly. Our scorer, Roddy Lalman, should be posting that up for you very quickly. There it is.
Well, the Legends scorecard here. Ashad, he was caught Shima, bowl wig for 8. He had all of 7 deliveries. Nathaniel, 8 from 8. Patel, 20, the top scorer of the inning. He sucked up some 15 deliveries. Merchant, he didn't trouble the scorer. He went for a duck, started a duck form. No one else followed. Yadav, 4. In Dalawa, he got 11. The only man, well, no, he's not the only man to get into double figures. And in the bowling, we had the pick of the wickets. So Wig, he bowled 2 for 7. S. Wig and J. Wig, he got 2 for 16. And Kureishi, 2 for 24. Sharma, 1 for 16. So those are the ones who come in the wicket columns.